Tonight on the program, we begin wrapping up the year, taking a look back at the stories that made headlines throughout 2023. Then we explore how social enterprise businesses tackle issues in the country's aging society in the latest episode of our documentary series, Graying Thailand. สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. 2023 has been a year with stories of hope, despair, and even more scandals. Tonight we take a look back at the stories that made the headlines throughout the year. Among the top stories of the year are no other than Thai politics and the general elections. Thailand saw the biggest voter turnout in election history, indicating that people do want to see change. Even though the Move Forward Party declared its victory in the May 14 general elections, their attempts to form a government was scuttled. This was followed by a series of other significant events before Sethar Thavisin was finally chosen as the new prime minister. 2023 was a year full of ups and downs in Thai politics. From a young political party clinching a crushing victory in the general election, to the end of 9 years of military domination of politics, and the return from self-exile of a convicted former prime minister, once seen as an enemy of the state. The watershed moment was the general election in May. The Move Forward Party caused political upheaval by emerging with the most seats in the House. Its leader, Pita Limjaroenrat, a businessman turned politician who campaigned on a reform platform, was only a step away from becoming Thailand's next prime minister. Millions of his followers had to watch in despair, however, as his dream was shattered. The military-appointed Senate gave Pita the thumbs down in a showdown vote to select a prime minister, which also saw MPs from conservative political parties gang up against him on the grounds that they were opposed to his party's policy to amend the lèse majesté law, known as Article 112. That was not, however, the end of Pita's political woes. He was dealt another blow when he was temporarily suspended from his duties as an MP, pending an investigation into allegations that he violated the electoral law by holding shares in a defunct television channel, ITV, when he ran in the May election. The Move Forward Party's political uncertainties opened the way for its former political ally, the Pheu Thai Party, to form an alternative coalition government. Despite its popular support, the Move Forward Party ultimately found itself in the opposition camp. Sethar Thavisin, a former real estate tycoon and a prime ministerial candidate of the Pheu Thai Party, was subsequently handed the country's top executive post with overwhelming parliamentary support. On August 22nd, as Parliament was about to cast their votes for Sethar, former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra ended his more than 15 years of self-exile. Thaksin's return was seen as part of a political deal designed to preempt the rise of the Move Forward Party and propel Pheu Thai to power. For Thaksin, the whole thing would effectively prove to be a political exoneration. To formalize the influence of the Shinawatra family, Thaksin's youngest daughter, Pathongthan, was chosen as the new leader of the Pheu Thai Party after Cholana Sikeo resigned to honor his promise to quit if under his leadership, Pheu Thai joined hands with pro-Prayut parties. Under the watchful eye of her father, the Pheu Thai Party believes that it's only the matter of time before Pathongthan becomes Thailand's second female prime minister after her aunt Yingluck Shinawatra. Meanwhile, the Democrats, Thailand's oldest political party, have gone through one of its most turbulent times. Veteran politician Jurin Laksanavisit stepped down as the party leader to take responsibility for its disappointing performance in the May election. After extensive internal conflict, The party finally chose เฉลิมชัยศรีอ่อน as the new leader, another veteran politician from the South. เฉลิมชัย is facing the daunting task of reviving the party, which suffered an unprecedented and humiliating defeat in the last general election. เฉลิมชัย 's rise to power has, however, triggered a series of resignations by some of the party's veterans, including former leader อภิสิทธิ์ เวชชาชีวะ who questioned the new leader's political integrity. We have to say that 2023 has been another turbulent year in Thai politics. Another shocking event of the year was the mass shooting at Siam Paragon. The incident itself has already struck much fear in people and has sparked headlines around the world after it was revealed that the shooter was a 14-year-old boy. That has prompted authorities to revise its country's gun control measures, which have long been an issue in Thailand.
The mass shooting occurred at around 4 p.m. on October 3, 2023 at Siam Paragon department store. Shoppers, both Thais and foreigners, ran from the venue after the gunshots were heard. The killer is alleged to be a 14-year-old lone wolf. His weapon was a modified BB gun, which he bought online from an unlicensed dealer. The victims were a Chinese tourist, a woman from Myanmar, and a Thai woman who was shot in the head and died 10 days later in hospital. 5 other people were also injured. 1 hour after committing the crime, the young alleged perpetrator surrendered to police. 2 days later, the gun dealers who sold a modified blank-firing pistol to the suspect were arrested in the southern province of Yala. Since blank-firing guns and BB guns are not considered firearms under Thai firearms law, they are easily available over the counter or online. There is also no age limit for buyers. Modification of blank-firing guns is, however, strictly illegal.
BB กันเนี่ยสมัยก่อนซื้อได้
Meanwhile, the Minister of Interior, Anntonia Porsild, has agreed to impose a set of new measures to control the importation, trade-in, and ownership of blank-firing and BB guns. Additional controls on the issuance of gun permits and a ban on youths under 20 entering shooting ranges will also be implemented. The 14-year-old male has been charged with murder and attempted murder, as well as possessing and carrying firearms without permission. He did not accept the murder charge, claiming to have done it without realizing it. He admitted possession of firearms. At the moment, the boy is undergoing continuous treatment and a mental state evaluation at the Psychiatric Institute, Kalaya Rachanakarin. There is still no conclusion about whether he has psychiatric condition. Filing of legal action has been deferred for now.
Moving on to more lighter stories of the year, which have at least brought smiles to the Thai people, one of them being the Miss Universe competition. Anntonia Porsild became a source of pride for many Thais after she was placed runner-up in the Miss Universe competition in El Salvador, which is the highest achievement for a Thai contestant in 35 years. To many of her fans, Anntonia is more than just a beauty queen. She has been a role model of inspiration and female empowerment.
Anntonia Porsild, Thailand!
Anntonia Porsild, representing Thailand, secured the runner-up position in the Miss Universe 2023 pageant in El Salvador in November. Shanice Palacios from Nicaragua won. This is the closest a Thai contestant has come to winning the Miss Universe crown in the last 35 years. Antonia's journey is truly inspiring. Born to a Thai mother and a Danish father, she grew up in various countries, becoming fluent in multiple languages. She graduated from Stanford International University. Anntonia is not just a beauty queen, but also an entrepreneur with a thriving eco-friendly beauty business. Beyond the glitz and glamour, Anntonia champions sustainability through her beauty company by donating $1 to the Little Steps project from every sale. She actively engages in sports. She is also known for her philanthropic work, supporting schools in her mother's hometown of Nakhon Ratchasima and engaged in various charity works in northeastern Thailand. During the final question round, Anntonia was asked about living a year in another woman's shoes. She chose Malala Yousafzai, citing her fight for women's education and the empowerment of women. Although she didn't win the crown, Antonia's impact resonates. Anntonia not only displayed her intelligence on stage, but also brought a piece of Thai culture into the spotlight. In the national costume round, she portrayed Phra Mae Thorani, the Mother of Earth, drawing inspiration from historical Siamese imagery. Anntonia Porsild's journey is historic. While she didn't secure the crown, she has made Thailand proud, challenging conventional standards of beauty and promoting the nation's unique culture. Even Thailand's Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin expressed appreciation for Antonia's achievements. He recognized her impact in promoting Thailand's soft power through its rich culture and expressed a desire to collaborate with her for the benefit of the country. As the curtain falls on the 72nd Miss Universe pageant, we celebrate the triumph of Shenis Palacios from Nicaragua, the accomplishment of Anntonia Porsild, and the global unity showcased by over 90 remarkable women. This event has proved that beauty knows no borders. And we have to say that Anntonia Porsild has been an inspiration for many Thais, especially young girls. And now let's have a look at the other stories in our weekly roundup. The House of Representatives passed the first readings of 4 draft marriage equality bills on Thursday, with 369 MPs voting in favor and 10 against. The draft bills were proposed by the Cabinet, the Move Forward Party, the Democrat Party, and a People's Network. Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin hailed the first reading passage of the 4 bills as the first step towards marriage equality and congratulated the LGBTQ community. The Constitutional Court is set to deliver its verdict on January 24th regarding the political future of Pitha Limjaroenrat. He is accused of holding a stake in a media company in violation of the election law when he registered his candidacy in the May general election. The Election Commission brought the case before the court, seeking to strip Pitha of his status as an MP. Pitha has expressed confidence that his evidence will clear him of the allegations after having the chance to tell his side of the story to the court. A criminal court in Mukdahan province sentenced Thayapon Wipa, also known as Lungpon, to 20 years in prison on 2 charges relating to the death of a 3-year-old girl. The girl, who was the niece of the defendant's wife, disappeared from her house in May 2020 and was later found dead on a hill several kilometers from her house. Thayapon and his wife were charged with causing death by negligence and taking a minor younger than 15 years old from her parents. Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin has ordered the Ministry of Tourism and Sports to arrange travel insurance to cover accidents and death for all foreign tourists arriving in Thailand during the New Year holiday period. The Prime Minister's order follows 2 incidents involving foreign tourists who died recently in Thailand. One concerned a Taiwanese tourist who was denied emergency treatment at a private hospital in Bangkok and died on his way to another hospital. The second case involved an Irish tourist who had been treated in hospital for dengue fever, but the hospital bill reached about 100,000 baht a day, forcing the patient's family in Ireland to raise funds to get him back home for treatment. And now on to the next episode of our documentary series, Graying Thailand. This week, we look at the possible solutions to problems in the country's aging society, which also include social enterprise businesses and the time bank scheme.
วันนี้พี่ไปทำกายภาพบำบัดเหรอคะคงจะต้องปรึกษาทางเขาดูก่อนจะทำอะไรค่ะ
อย่างอากงท่านหนึ่งนะคะพอวันตรุษจีนอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเขาก็เรียกจอยมารับซองอั่งเปาซึ่งมีอยู่5ซองเป็นชื่อหลานเขาแล้วก็เป็นชื่อจอยแล้วก็เป็นชื่อทีมงานจอยนี่มันทำให้เรารู้สึกว่าเขามองเราเป็นเหมือนคนในครอบครัวไม่ใช่แค่จอยแต่ทีมงานจอยทุกคนเลยที่เขาให้ความรักแล้วพอวันที่เขาไม่อยู่แล้วอะค่ะตอนแรกเราก็เสียใจแต่ส่วนหนึ่งเลยเรารู้สึกว่าเราทำหน้าที่ช่วยครอบครัวนะช่วยลดความกังวลใจของครอบครัวนะและเราทุกคนได้ช่วยกันดูแลอาโกจนถึงวาระสุดท้ายที่เขาไม่ต้องไปโรงพยาบาลเพื่อฟอกไตแล้วมันกลับทำให้เรารู้สึกว่าเป็นความประทับใจแล้วก็สิ่งที่แบบเรารู้สึก
Natakan Denwanichakon, also known as Joy, established the Joyride service a couple of years ago at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic. Initially, the qualified staff at Joyride, equipped with comprehensive training including CPR first aid, assumed the role of driving and accompanying the elderly to hospitals, providing a level of care akin to their own children. Joyride's services have now broadened to encompass trips to temples for merit-making, excursions, shopping and more.
จริงๆพอมานับแล้วอะค่ะ2ปีที่ให้บริการเนี่ยก็เป็นหลักพันบุ๊กกิ้งประมาณ 2,000 กว่าบุ๊กกิ้งแล้วก็ดูแลครอบครัวประมาณ500กว่าประมาณนี้ค่ะก็คิดว่าตกใจเหมือนกันคือเราไม่คิดเลยว่าจากตอนแรกที่เราเริ่มต้นนะคะว่าใครจะมาจ้างเราจนกลายเป็นแบบว่าเราได้ดูแลเป็นหลักร้อยครอบครัวเลยเหรอแล้วแต่ละคนเนี่ยก็คือว่าพอใช้บริการแล้วเขาเห็นคุณค่าของเราเขาก็จะกลับมาใช้บริการซ้ำฉะนั้นเนี่ยตอนนี้ค่ะลูกค้าประมาณ 75-80% นะคะที่ใช้บริการก็จะกลับมาใช้บริการซ้ำอีกฝากให้ช่วยดูแลคุณแม่ยาวๆเลยนะคะแบบนี้ค่ะ
So this is the service innovations and then the society support. That's why we have Joyride today. Thank you.
มุ่งหน้าทางตะวันออกไปตามซอยวุฒิวัฒน์ธรรมศาสตร์ที่57แยก9เข้าสู่ซอยวุฒิวัฒน์ธรรมศาสตร์สวัสดีค่ะนุชนะคะจากจอยไลท์ค่ะพอดีตอนนี้นุชมาสแตนบายรออยู่หน้าบ้านแล้วนะคะพอดีมาก่อนเวลาค่ะ
She lives on her own in Bangkok. Today, it's Narissa Naropakorn's first experience with the Joyride service, as she has an appointment at the Kin Origin Rehab Centre. Her caregiver arrived to pick her up from her home in the Bang Chak area.
Even though I have the driving license, but I could not drive as I should do. I feel like, I'm so scared of driving, in the big city with the car honking after me. So Joyride come to provide happiness for people like us in big city who getting older and could not drive and have some companion who will take care of us.
So today is your first day that you use this service. So what do you feel?
I feel like I have joined with my long lost relative again, Kunut. She's my new sister and I hope to see her every time from now on.
Chompunut Wiwat-Warapon holds a master's degree in management and previously worked in market research. Currently, she's part of the Joyride team, one of 10 qualified staff members responsible for driving and accompanying customers to their doctor appointments.
งานหลักๆก็คือส่วนใหญ่ก็จะคือจะพาผู้สูงอายุไปหาหมอโปรเซสก็คือไปรับผู้สูงอายุจากบ้านแล้วก็สอบถามว่าเคสวันนี้มีอะไรพิเศษต้องถามหมอไหมหรือว่าเป็นการ follow อาการชั่วคราวหรือว่าลูกหลานมีอะไรคอมเมนต์ให้เราถามเป็นพิเศษกับคุณหมอไหมหลังจากนั้นเราก็รันโปรเซสก็คือพาไปส่งที่โรงพยาบาลเสร็จเราก็รันเอกสารค่ะเปิดซีทไปตรวจความดันระหว่างนั้นเราก็ต้องรายงานตอนนี้เราถึงโรงพยาบาลแล้วนะตอนนี้เราทำอะไรอยู่ระหว่างนี้กำลังรอพบหมอนะแล้วก็หมอแจ้งว่าอะไรบ้างอย่างเงี้ยค่ะแล้วก็คอยอัปเดตให้ทางบ้านของลูกค้าทราบ
Not only does this service fulfill the needs of the elderly and their families, but it also creates job opportunities for caregivers while fostering a positive atmosphere for them.
ชอบที่สุดเหรอคะชอบมันรู้สึกว่ามันมีแต่พลังบวกกำลังใจหรือไม่งั้นก็ประสบการณ์ที่ผู้สูงอายุเคยผ่านมาเขาก็จะบอกว่าไม่ต้องเครียดหรอกนะชีวิตมันไม่ทำร้ายเราขนาดนั้นหรอกหรือว่าหนูเป็นคนดีนะอนาคตต่อไปอ่ะมันก็ต้องมีคนดีกลับมาเจอหนูหรือไม่งั้นก็จะเป็นคำพูดว่าขอบคุณมากนะเนี่ยวันนี้ถ้าหนูไม่มารับป้าแย่เลยเนี่ยอะไรมันก็จะเป็นแนวคำพูดเชิงบวกทางนั้นนะคะมันต่างจากการทำงานที่แบบต้องทำงานให้ส่งให้ทันถ้าตอนนี้ยังไม่ต้องรีบนอนก็ได้เดี๋ยวมีเวลานอนอีกยาวมันก็จะเป็นคำพูดแบบกดดันเครียดอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันก็เลยแตกต่างแล้วอีกอย่างหนึ่งที่ชอบก็คือเรื่องเวลาที่มันยืดหยุ่นที่มันหลังจากทำงานเสร็จมันก็ยังมีเวลาที่เรากลับมาดูแลครอบครัวเราได้
Although Chompunet can handle her job very well, she would like further training in communicating with the elderly. This is crucial because some of those for whom she cares experience mood swings, posing challenges for caregivers. Moreover, she expresses concerns about Thailand's rapidly aging society.
ปรากฏการณ์ผู้สูงอายุก็จริงๆหน่วยงานภาครัฐก็พูดมาหลังๆ 3-4 ปีที่ผ่านมาแล้วว่าสังคมเราก็จะใกล้สู่สังคมผู้สูงอายุโดยสมบูรณ์แล้วอันนี้เราก็รับทราบพึงรู้มาตลอดใช่ไหมคะแต่พอมาทำงานด้านนี้แล้วเรารู้สึกว่าเข้ามาในโรงพยาบาลมีแต่ผู้สูงอายุทั้งนั้นเลยแล้วแต่ละคนก็เหมือนเดินไม่ค่อยไหวหรือว่าผู้สูงอายุช่วยผู้สูงอายุเองอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะมันก็ดูเป็นภาพแบบเนาะแก่แล้วต้องมาแบบแบกกันเองหรือว่าประคองกันเองเพื่อมาหาหมอหรือว่าผู้สูงอายุถ้าสุขภาพดีปัญหาผู้สูงอายุล้นโรงพยาบาลมันก็จะไม่มีให้เห็นหรือว่าเกิดขึ้นน้อยลงอะไรอย่างเงี้ยค่ะ
Joyride charges 500 baht per hour for their services and offers a package booking for 3 hours with an extra hour offered free. The accessibility of this service is, however, confined to the urban middle-class demographic due to affordability constraints.
ผมส่งเสริมธุรกิจให้เข้ามาดูเรื่องพวกนี้เพราะว่าต่อไปเนี่ยมันจะเป็นนีดจะเป็นดีมานด์อย่างมากและคนโดยเฉพาะคนที่มีกำลังซื้อที่คุณพูดเนี่ยถ้าคนไม่มีกำลังซื้อเนี่ยมันทำไม่ได้อันนั้นเป็นธุรกิจสำหรับคนในเมืองและคนที่มีฐานะพอสมควรพาไปหาหมอพาไปเที่ยวพาไปอะไรก็แล้วแต่ผมว่าดีครับแต่ว่าอย่างที่พูดนะครับจุดอ่อนก็คือไปไม่ทั่วถึงมันได้เฉพาะคนมีตังค์หรือคนมีกำลังซื้อแต่ส่งเสริมให้ทำ
ถามว่าในมุมมองของสังคมผู้สูงอายุที่กำลังจะแบบโตขึ้นแล้วก็โตขึ้นน่ะจอยไม่อยากให้ผู้นำ ได้แค่แบบให้เงินเพราะว่ามันไม่ยั่งยืนจอยมองว่าการสร้างอินฟราสตรักเจอร์ระบบต่างๆให้สามารถรองรับผู้สูงอายุได้มันน่าจะเป็นความมั่นคงในระยะยาวมากกว่าไม่ว่าจะเป็นระบบในการให้บริการที่โรงพยาบาลรวมถึงระบบขนส่งมวลชนสาธารณะหรือสิ่งที่จอยมองเห็นนะคะสิ่งที่จะเกิดขึ้นนับจากตอนนี้ไปคือการที่ผู้สูงอายุที่ไม่มีลูกหลานที่ต้องอยู่คนเดียวแล้วก็ป่วยไม่มีคนดูแลแล้วก็เสียชีวิตที่บ้านคนเดียวนี่คือสิ่งที่จอยกังวลใจมากเลยว่าเราจะทำโมเดลยังไงให้ในสังคมนี้สามารถช่วยดูแลผู้สูงอายุและไม่มองว่าเป็นภาระ
5 years ago, Thailand launched its first community-based time bank program. Developed by the Department of Older Persons, the Thai Health Promotion Foundation and numerous other partners, it represents a proactive approach and is adapted from the time bank schemes implemented in 40 countries worldwide. In this bank, volunteers can deposit their time into their accounts by assisting senior citizens in their communities. They can later redeem these hours when they require help themselves.
คนที่จะเป็นอาสาสมัครธนาคารเวลาเนี่ยก็จะต้องมาบันทึกนะคะว่าอยู่ที่บ้านไหนอยู่ตำบลอะไรนะคะแล้วก็สะดวกที่จะไปช่วยเหลือผู้สูงอายุในพื้นที่ไหนจะช่วยเรื่องอะไรแล้วเราก็จะไปจับคู่กับผู้สูงอายุที่อยู่ในชุมชนพอเวลาที่อาสาสมัครเข้าไปทำงานกับผู้สูงอายุ1 ชั่วโมงก็จะได้มา1 คะแนนแล้วใน1 คะแนนนั้นน่ะเมื่ออาสาสมัครสูงวัยสูงอายุนะคะแล้วก็ต้องการการดูแล1 คะแนนก็จะไปแลกกลับมาเป็น1 ชั่วโมงก็จะมีอาสาสมัครอีกท่านหนึ่งก็เข้ามาดูแล
Over the past 5 years, 10,646 volunteers have served in 150 areas across Thailand, contributing over 5,800 hours and generating 197 credits in the Time Bank. Despite the Time Bank concept harmonizing with Thai society's context and culture, public awareness of it remains notably low. Should this program extend its network nationwide, it could undoubtedly represent a viable solution in alleviating the burden of elderly care for families and the country as a whole.
And that wraps up tonight's edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we wish you a Merry Christmas. สวัสดีค่ะAt Thai PBS World, we don't just report the story, we reveal why they matter. There's much more to Thailand than just tourism and politics. We actually cover a wide range of topics, whether it's sustainability, gender diversity, inequality, social welfare, arts and culture, and even people's livelihoods. No matter how controversial or how small it may seem, if it matters, we report it. This Week with Thai PBS World, every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS.